On this channel, I make frogs. And every month, my Patreon supporters vote for a frog of the month. Usually that's something like shark frogs, or a wizard, or tomato. This month they voted for an entire solar system. Let's get to work.
First, we'll need to do some research. I was informed that on a clear night I might be able to see some planets with my naked eye.
I think I see something. It's kind of red? Is that Mars? It's coming closer.
Oh my goodness, that's not a planet, that's my U2's plushie. It was hard to choose which frog to plushietize because I want all of my frogs plushies, but I decided to make my strawberry frog to commemorate the frog that started it all. You can even see him in my profile picture. That's him!
Oh my god, you guys. It's here! He's so dense! Focus on the butt. Tiny little butt. Tiny little gherkin legs.
U2's will be having a giveaway on May 25th, and the official pre-order will be going live on May 29th. Thank you all so much for making this possible. I am now addicted and need all of my frogs to be plushies right now. Now, where were we? Ah yes, my patrons are giving me a speed challenge.
They very kindly actually gave me an extra month to complete this. Whew. Thank you, patrons. Most of these are going to be variations of bogs, just to keep things simple. My ball frog. We didn't know, bog. I'm gonna try to vary them as much as I can. Of course, first of all, Pluto has to be sad since he's no longer a planet. I'm so sorry, Pluto. Mercury I wanted to make mad since he is now the smallest planet. For Venus and Mars, one of my patrons suggested playing up the origins of their names as the god of love and war. So I'm gonna make Venus kind of blushing a little bit. We'll add the blush and paint, and we'll have Mars raging. Earth is gonna look a little sick because he's infested with humans, of course. I tried to get the geography as precise as I could. I really wanted to make sure that it was oriented in a way so that there were not any countries on the face or the butt, because I thought that could be problematic, also harder to read. I'm so sorry if I got your country horribly misshapen or if it's missing. It's gonna be like this big. We're doing our best. Saturn and Uranus, since they have their rings, gotta be a little tricky. Saturn, I know it's technically like an asteroid belt, but we're gonna make them solid for the sake of printing ease, and then I'm gonna have some tadpoles separating the rings to act as asteroids. Uranus' little tongue is going to be the ring, which is an idea by my husband, which I love, but I do need to add a little support pole so it doesn't break easily or fail in printing. Jupiter, of course, the great red spot has to be the mouth. For Neptune, we're going to get a little crazy, a little abstract. As it is the windy planet, I'm going to make it all kind of swirly and fun. I'm still undecided on the sun. We're going to wing it. Okay, here's what we're working with in terms of scale. They will not be 100% accurate because if so, Pluto would be microscopic and the sun would need to be printed in multiple pieces. So I think this is as good as it's going to get. We can probably print all the little ones on the same print bed, but the sun, as you can see, takes up an entire print bed, as will Saturn. All right, let's get printing. All right, we gotta take off these prints and see how they look. It looks like the first batch of all the little planets, they look good. They look like they hopefully don't have any issues. Saturn already has a very noticeable defect. I'm gonna suit up my PPE and get in there.
Safety first, kids. I have my forced air respirator on here. Yes, our Saturn is indeed busted. I don't think he's even salvageable. Beyond the giant gash in his ring, he's also pretty severely warped. I'll have to reprint him and put this one in the rejects bin. Our others, though, look very nice. It's also fun that they're transparent so you can see their support structure within. Ooh! I gave these all a post cure outside, and now it's time to sand. I'm setting up my vacuum here so I can suck up all the dust. However, I did not consider how tiny some of these are, and so when I was setting up the vacuum, I was not paying attention, and fear not, rescue mission complete. Anyway, back to sanding. Some of these have some pretty crazy supports because I did not want to risk them failing by messing with them at all. Oh my god, I really have peak shrimp posture here. I'm using the Dremel, which is really good for quick work. However, be careful because it's very powerful. A second fallen soldier. Ah yes, return to shrimp.
Here we have our Sorrel system. I can't take credit for that pun, that was my patron's, but no. We have a coat of primer on them. Now we can like see the spots that I need to sand. It was really hard to see in the transparent green. So yeah, we're gonna let it dry, give another sanding pass. Uranus, my favorite. Definitely Jupiter. I am not gonna hold him up because you didn't see the previous take. You missed the lovely sounds of Jupiter crashing to the floor. He's fine, he made it. Thank God. All right, we're gonna call it there before I actually break something. Did go ahead and off camera base coat all of them, just because you don't want to see that. That's boring. But yeah, let's paint them up. For some of these, I'm going to try to make them pretty realistic based on the images that I have. Some of them are a little more interpretational. like Uranus, clearly. I've got a lot to do, so we're gonna start with the one that's gonna give me the most dopamine, I think, which is Jupiter. It has a lot of fun landmarks and a lot of really cool swirls. I also just have a lot of reference images for it. A shout out to Jeff and Holly from Transatlantis Games because they make the paint and they very kindly sent me all the paint and continue to send me all the paint I could ever want. I use mostly their paints. It helps that I have their full color spectrum. So if I want a color, it's probably gonna be from them. We're gonna move on to Neptune because his colors just make me so happy, which apparently are a lie. It's actually a lot closer to Uranus's colors. But for the sake of distinguishing the two of them, I'm gonna go with the OG colors, which are on NASA's website. So if NASA still has the colors up, I'm gonna use them. Uranus is kind of a pain because I did not think about this when I modeled it. Getting into his nooks and crannies is going to be a pain in the butt. My fault, I did that to myself. I'm just gonna have to mask it off. I'll have to paint the inside and then mask it and then just jam my brush in there as best as I can to get all those undersides. I'm gonna move on to Venus and Mercury because they are, to be honest, kind of boring. I'm sorry. Mercury just kind of looks like a moon, a normal moon, and Venus is only slightly more exciting. So those will go quickly. I'll paint them up. Here's the big one, Saturn. This one's intimidating, especially because looking at the images, Saturn doesn't have, it's kind of just beige. It's beige. And I'd like it to be a little more exciting than beige. So I'm looking at this image and I think it kind of has like a pastel rainbow, kind of like a desaturated rainbow effect going. I think we're gonna try to play that up. Don't make it too crazy. We're gonna try to take that and amplify it.
Please enjoy this process video because I attempted to take some with my GoPro and well, yes, perfect. I'm so sorry.
Speeding through Mars here, I made an effort to sculpt in all of his little like mountains and landmarks that we know of, but he's so tiny you really can't see them, even though I tried to paint them. Earth I saved for last because honestly he seemed really tedious. However, when I got in there, he wasn't too bad. I, full disclosure, was going to paint all of the like pretty atmospheric clouds that swirl on the outside that you can see from space, but I chickened out. I tried it, I hated it, I wiped it off. Our final planet is not a planet at all, it's the sun. I was really torn on how to do the sun. I didn't know if I wanted to go realistic or cartoony. The sculpt is obviously kind of cartoony because it looked weird when I tried to sculpt the flares as texture. I'm gonna try to paint it to look somewhat realistic. I don't know, we're getting experimental. Let's see how we do.
I like how it turned out, though I did choose to make the eyes yellow and well, maybe that was a mistake. About our display now. I was going to hang them like a mobile, but I think I want something a little more structured, so I'm going to cut out this swirl type shape. We're going to cut out of wood and mount them with dowels so that it's a little sturdier.
Can I take a moment to appreciate this handy dandy connector that my husband made to connect our planets to our board? See, do we see the vision? Do we see the, I don't know if it's focusing enough for you to see the vision. Do we see the vision?
Ta-da, fasteners. Okay, let's line them up and space them out properly. I'm going to decorate it now with some pretty stars. I don't want it to be too distracting, we just want enough for the space theme. So I'm adding some red, blue, orange, and silver stars. And the larger ones are going to get some fun flares. Next we will need some dowels. Give them a good chop. Next, paint your dowels black. As usual, I went through and did a dry fit to make sure everything fit, and then I proceeded to get this dowel stuck, and I thought for sure I was going to break this thing trying to get it out. It's okay, it lives there now. Let's glue everything.
It's been assembled. It's time to hang it. I don't want to ruin the reveal, so I'm going to quickly show you now. Okay, let's hang it. Oh, I gotta dust the crown molding before I can show you. Hang on. Okay, it's so fun with the lights on. Already one thing that I would change is that right now we're kind of looking at all their butts. Like here's Saturn's butt. I wish I had faced them all so that their heads were facing down. It's pretty dang fun. I don't know. Well, I hope the Sorrel system didn't disappoint. Thank you all so much for watching. I do have to plug my Patreon now at the end because they make this possible. Shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much, my Tootin' Tadpoles and my Pollywogs. Patreon allows me to keep this channel mostly sponsor-free. It allows me to be very choosy about who I work with, which I really appreciate. It's also just a wonderful community over there. If you were interested in joining, we have 2 tiers. Both tiers get you access to voting for the Frog of the Month and also our group chat where you get to share your art or just chat in general. And then the $6 tier allows you to get the STLs for the Frog of the Month. So come join us if you'd like. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, bye!
Libby! Oh my goodness, Libby! Libby girl! Go get there, go get there! Hi, Libby. Just go get me. Go get there, Libby.